You need to avoid being combative. Okay, so if you feel like you're going to enter into an argument, pause for a moment before responding. Listen and respond empathetically and not judgmentally. Refuse to enter into argument. Mr. Smith, look, I understand your position. You understand mine. I'm not going to argue with you. Let's work together to see what we can do today to get this issue resolved. And again, keep calm. Don't take the confrontation personally. Okay? It's just like you hear in the mob movies. It's only business. It's not personal. Next slide, please. So you want to react to words, not the person. So you want to limit your own talking. And remember, you can't listen while talking or interrupting. And don't let a person's mannerisms or unpleasant way of talking get to you. You want to avoid talking in an overly critical point of view. Well, you should have done this. And if you would have just listened to us the last time we talked, you don't do that. That doesn't get you to where you want to go. Good listeners don't judge or impose solutions. They suggest, but they don't impose. They can't say, if you don't have this check in my office by Monday, I'm going to have you sued. That's nonsense. Good listeners will ask good questions. So if you're talking to a customer who owes you money and they start talking about why they can't pay, well, you need to go and start asking questions, good questions, that is going to give you more information as to why they can't pay you today. Next slide. Additional listening tips. Don't jump to conclusions. This is a challenging skill to acquire. Don't assume what the customer is going to say, even if you really have heard it all before. Don't complete sentences in your mind. React to the words, not the person. Don't let the person's mannerisms and unpleasant way of talking get to you. And avoid taking an overly critical point of view, because if you start doing that, they're going to pick that up on the other end of the phone. And that's not going to get you to the outcome that you desire. As I said before, you want to listen for overtones, listen between the lines for what's said, for what is not said, and you'll learn a lot about people in the way they talk and react. Next slide. You want to use interjections. This shows the person on the other end of the phone that you're actually listening to them. Oh yes, Mr. Jones, I see. So if what you're telling me, if what I'm hearing is correct, and you paraphrase back to them what you believe is their communication to you, okay, that shows them that you are engaged with them. Okay, taking notes, whether by hand or computer, to retain major points. Okay, you don't want to try and record every word. You want to get the idea. Are they going to pay? If they're not going to pay today, what bit of information are you getting that will enable it that the next time you or one of your associates calls, that it's going to get you that much closer to the goal of payment in full? Next slide, please. Jumping to conclusions, don't jump to conclusions. It's a challenging skill. Don't assume what the customer is going to say, even if you really think you've heard it all before. Don't complete sentences in your mind. Think about the intent and not the content, okay? Read between the lines. Do you believe the customer is telling the truth? If not, test their intentions by asking questions. So if you get somebody that's just outright avoiding you, the more questions you ask, the more you're going to be able to pin them down. Next slide, please. So again, we want to listen between the lines for what is said and what is not said. You'll learn a lot about people in the way they talk and react. Using your interjections, taking notes. Next slide, please. The beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from you. That was a B.B. King saying that I've used over the years. And, this is just an idea. This is one module of a class we're working on that will have all kinds of issues that will help you do a better job.